And so I came to TikTok, and now that's where we are here today. And my life goal and dream is to help people like me and help friends, family, spouses. Like if you're having issues with somebody that has mental health and you don't know what to do, hit me up. Let me know. Maybe I can help you. What I've done with my family, what's working for us, what's not working, whatever. Oh, you're so sweet, Junebug. I love you to death. Go follow her, you guys. Junebug8848. That's an A1 day one. Been following her since day one. Oh, crap. The one and only Jen the Best. Back up. Jen the Best is her main account. Love that girl to death. She got bananaed on her main account banned. So go show her love. Follow her. Thank you, PR Green Eyes. I appreciate it. Woo woo. Love the green eyes thing, too. Green's my favorite color. You can't add from your, the backup. Am I not on your backup? I thought I was already on this one. Oh, I'm already on it. I just tell people to follow your main one. Hey, I don't know how to say your name, but I love you to death. Cody is like the screen name. JC Jaha Kenza. I love that girl, you guys. Go follow her. She's motivational, inspiring. Her videos are always upbeating and everything. Thank you, Bestie. I got a new curling. I think I texted my niece instead of my son. She just texted back. I got a new curling iron for Christmas, so I wanted the Dyson, but it's $500 freaking dollars, so I had to get the knockoff, and it actually is pretty decent. I love it. Well, I actually love it. I did this in like 20 minutes. Yes, everything is good. Everything is going awesome. So I'm going to go over my psychosis stuff. I call people out at the end of my video. Through comments. I swipe left and call everybody out that way. I call out the followers and people that I know that are good supporters, good content. If I don't know you or don't follow you yet, I won't call you out, unfortunately, until I know that you're like a real person and stuff. Because I used to not care about following people, but now I realize why you have to care. There's some crazy shit out there. So I actually just came out of a psychosis, and that's why this is a big thing for me that I want to talk about. And anybody else is going through it. I didn't even realize I was in one until I came out. And thank God for my shrink and for my own growth in my mental health and educating myself and learning about all of my issues and crap that I had. Thank you, Cody. I appreciate that. So psychosis. So I have bipolar mania. I have the I gotta look up the bipolars. I'm pretty sure it's bipolar 1. That's gonna be my next subject, and then bipolar cycling. But I have the bipolar where it's the depressive and the mania. So you're like, it's hard to find an in between. So you're usually in both. What up, Queen Bee? Sugar and Spice 765. Love that girl. I'm going to call you guys out at the end so I don't get ADHD sidetracked. My brain will squirrel on me. So anyways, I just came out of a psychosis, but not as bad as the one I've been in before. This was the second one that I'm aware of. I'm sure I've had more in the past before I was more. Thank you, Sugar and Spice, 765. Love you. Thank you for the love. Yeah, psychoses are the worst to go through. They really are. And it sucks that you don't know that you're in one most of the time. Thank God that I have my shrink, like I said, and am willing to try to make myself better, because you can get stuck in a psychosis and it'll pull you down. It'll tear you up. Love you for life too, girl. Thank you. So a psychosis can come from several different mental health conditions. Mine comes from when I go into a mania, from not sleeping, severe drama in my life, stress, anxiety, all of that. It all comes from that. But the definition is a severe mental condition which thoughts and emotions are so affected that contact is lost with the external reality, what's real, and what's in our minds. I didn't even realize there was stages. Anytime I do, of course I have my own personal knowledge from going into being in psychosis, but anytime I do lives on my mental health stuff, thank you for coming in and saying hi. Thank you for the love and support. You guys are awesome. I love you. Thank you. I always look up stuff just because I want to know more. And of course I don't want to look like an idiot on a live. I don't care if I really did look like an idiot, y'all. Peace out. Thank you for being on. Go follow Cody. It's JCJ Kenzie. I love that girl. Good. It always positive posts. Always. I have my up and downs, okay? I try to stay positive. Anyways, so with me, my bipolar mania is what triggers me to go into a psychosis from lack of sleep normally. But anything like bipolar, major depression, schizophrenia, and then trauma, drugs, brain injury, brain disease, and then the sleep deprivation. And I do actually have a brain injury too, which surprises that I never knew. Like when I got my car when I was 12, like you could see my brain. It got all the way cut open to my brain right here. My whole, like, people, you'll hear about my car wreck because I haven't been live for so long and people don't know about me, like my new followers and stuff. What is up, Nicole Brown, 1983, my birthday. Hey, it's our 40th. Albino _ vampire, go follow them. They're awesome. A1 Day 1, love them to death. Okay, you guys, I'm not gonna look at your comments. Okay, I'm gonna try to stay focused. So, I had no idea that there were stages of psychosis because I just felt like you go into one and you're in one. But there is stages. It makes sense because what I've went through. So I've had a lot of drama in 2022 with a stalker situation, and I tried to handle it the right way, and it backfired. But whatever. Hopefully, it's about to unfire against me. But I've definitely been in mania, which is also it can be caused by like traumatic events, stress, drama, all that crazy. I had no idea psychosis could be caused by that also, and by brain injury. I more thought it had to just do with mania bipolar. But you can have actually just psychosis by itself as a diagnosis. You don't have to have the bipolar. You don't have to have the mania. The psychosis is just that state of mind where you just lose sense with reality. The stages of it is what I want to go over, and then I'll tell more of my story. What I've had, with the psychosis that I just came out of, that I'm in shock that I didn't know I was in because it happened the first one I went into. And I've been hospitalized before, you guys, 3 times. So I almost went again last Monday. But so there's stages of psychosis that I would have never even thought to look into or think about. Like the first stage, it's gradual changes in thoughts, feelings. It can go on for months or a year. So I started having drama back on January 5th, 2022 with this company and the stalking and the craziness of it. And I seriously think that's my psychosis started shortly after that. Mania, psychosis, going back and forth, probably that first stage of it. So, and it sucks, like when it's like severe, just you get anxiety and stuff a lot being in like a psychosis. I'll go through over like the end stages of it more, but like, and then there's the prodromal phase. It's hard to focus, understand others, keep track of thoughts. You get irritated, overloaded, paranoia. I have been so effing paranoid. And I mean, my stalkers definitely made me paranoid because they've had fake TikTok accounts. But like, I blocked 8 numbers on my phone. Like, they definitely have went to the extreme to try to drive my mental health to insanity. So, what up? Hey, I love Ghana, if I say that right now, because anyways, I'll say after. There was this show, what's that show called? It's a new one, meeting people. Anyways, 2 of the couples were in Ghana. You're the best. C Monroe 2021. Go follow her. That's my bestie. Love you. Thank you for being on. And then so you get overloaded paranoia. I've been having hardcore paranoia about everything. My stalker definitely has contributed, but I think it's gotten even worse because I was in a psychosis. So you got to pay attention to those signs if you have psychosis behavior in the past, or if you've been in one, or you have mania bipolar, or you don't sleep and you have severe depression or bipolar disorder. You want to pay attention to stuff like this. And then the acute phase is the full-blown psychotic episode. And that, when you go into that episode, that's no fun. The full-blown, like, you just lose sense to reality. I've heard voices in the past before, and it's not from, like, drug voices. I was in a full-blown psychosis, like, went schizophrenic for a day. Like, that's when I had to go to the hospital. This time it didn't get that bad, thank God, because I've been working so hard on my mental health and keeping myself in check. But, the main thing with me when I go full-blown into a psychosis, the main thing with me is drinking. I was thinking I was becoming a full-blown alcoholic because I have a drug addiction. It's my 7-year sobriety off my drugs this month. Woo woo! March 30th is 7 years. Longest I've been sober in my life, and I'm celebrating it all month because I didn't get to celebrate it last year, so I'm excited. But when you go into the full-blown psychosis, which is pretty much when I went in, I think the last week, like Monday, I've been in, not, the full-blown psychosis, I think, started when I went to jail. I went to jail December 2nd, because of the stalking case. And I was up that whole day. They arrested me at 7. I didn't get out of jail till 5 a.m., 7 p.m. I got out of jail at 5 a.m. My brain was so wired, I literally didn't go to sleep until the next night. I couldn't even get out of bed because I had no energy, because I was freaking my brain was just the only thing keeping me awake. My body was just, it wore out, exhausted. So it sucked. But after that, I did not stop drinking until last week. And I was about to start going to AA. I was tripping because I have a drug addiction. I'm not my car wreck when I was, the really bad car wreck I was in, we were the drunk drivers. So I don't know if God's done it, but I've never had a taste for alcohol. It makes me sick really easy. When I got drunk in the past, I'd go to the bars. So I never have had a problem with alcohol. So that should have been my number one sign I was back in a psychosis, because it happened last time I was in a psychosis. I was drinking vodka with my coffee. That's not a normal thing for me ever. So my family knows now that if that happens, no, you're not an alcoholic, Brittany. You need help. You're in a psychosis. So pay attention to your family and friends that have mental health, or to your own cycles of what, excuse me, of what's happened in the past. Pay attention to that, because from now on, I definitely will pay attention to it, especially if I start drinking again. And jail was traumatizing. They did cavity searches on me at my house and at the jail. They traumatized the shit out of me. The jail's disgusting as crap now. I haven't been there since 2008. That's 14 years, y'all. I went to Logan Jail in 2016. That's even 7 years. I am on the right path in life. I did not anyways. The jail's traumatized me, okay? It seriously traumatized me. And everything that happened since jail and having to go to court when been the victim this entire freaking time, but because of my criminal history and my mental reacting on the cops, I didn't give them a chance to help me. Now they have the chance to help me. Now I'm staying calmer, getting things together. If I would have got my stalking. Anyways, I'm not even going to get into that. It's been a stressful effing freaking year, you guys. And never again will I be nice Brittany in the future. No. I got a problem with some crazy ass company. It's going to be handled in the beginning, because this shit is so much drama and stress. It would have been way easier way easier. But I'm trying to be a better person. I'm trying to change, and God, I don't know if this is God's test for me for the future of what I can handle and deal with. But this 2022 was insane crazy for me, and exhausting, and controlling everything with my mind. And I haven't reacted since June. And they just keep coming and coming and coming, keep trying to trigger my mental health, bullying my mental health, bullied me into dropping in my lawsuit also. And I'm not reacting. I'm just putting all the stuff they're doing to me on the review now, so everybody can see how psycho they are. And that they're the ones that have been harassing me. And that's why I went off. And it's triggering my mental health, because they were my friends and knew everything about me. And probably why I got cavity searched, because they know stuff, because I was doing IV ketamine treatment that's protected by HIPAA, that they told the cops that not even my best friends to know. So for the cops to do a cavity search, and they didn't do a full-blown, they just put their fingers up me through my pants, but still, it was embarrassing, degrading, everything. It definitely put me into what contributed to me going into my psychosis. And it all makes sense now, but I didn't think about any of that until last week. So it's crazy. Thank you. Tasha Muriel King, I appreciate the love. So it was crazy to realize that I was in a psychosis since December 2nd when I went to jail, and then stayed up 48 hours. That's what the sleep deprivation put me into the full-blown psychosis. I couldn't stop drinking. I was going crazy. Paranoia, hardcore paranoia, anxiety through the roof. Oh my gosh, what were the other signs, dude? I'll tell you if I had them. OMG. I didn't hallucinate or hear voices this time, thanks God. I did have confused speech all the time. My mood change was out of control. And I thought that was just my bipolar, because 1 minute we could be happy, the next we could be going crazy. So I didn't realize I was in a full-blown psychosis. I'm still shocked. So I've only been sober for 7 years, and on the mental health journey for a couple of years of getting myself in check. So I will look for this in the future. Mama Noodle, I'm so glad you jumped on, because I'm not an alcoholic. And I don't think I've talked to you since I figured this out. I did talk to you about what my shrink said, but I have not drank since last Monday. I have had no cravings, no nothing. And last time I went to a psychosis, drinking was the number one sign that I was in it, because I was drinking first thing, just like anyways. Yeah. So, I was putting on hand sanitizer and getting triggered to want to go buy a bottle of vodka. My boyfriend drinking beer was triggered. Everything was triggering me. I was getting pissed off. Oh, I need alcohol. And that's not how I normally am. So now, like, since Monday, well, it was actually since Tuesday when I talked to my shrink. But Monday, I literally almost went to the mental hospital because I was going to go crazy and unalive. And I sat in the hospital parking lot for like an hour. And then I came back home, talked to the crisis line. I actually called the crisis line, you guys, the new one, the 988. It's awesome. I talked to somebody for an hour and a half. They did help me. I got a welfare check done on me that day. But I don't know if it was because of my neighbor or because of them. I hope it wasn't because of them. We'll find out if I call them again. Because the suicide line did do that to me, and I got pissed. And that's not okay to do to somebody in mental health if they call that number. It's supposed to be confidential and secure. I understand they have the ability to trace if somebody is going to do suicide or unalive themselves. But it's not okay if we're not going to and we're just calling for it anyways. So I was really mad. But, I know it was to help me, so I forgave him. But still, I'm scared to call the line. So 988, I talked to an amazing person for like an hour and a half. It was so worth it. It was awesome. Good morning, Mama Noodle. Go follow Mama Noodle if you guys aren't. Love that girl. She's awesome. But it was definitely to realize that I was in a psychosis. Like by the end of last week, I realized it. Look, I just got my nails done, boo. I got 4-leaf clovers. For good luck, because I need all the luck in the world right now. Any luck, prayers and luck. Anyways, I was in a psychosis since I got out of jail. I stayed up 48 hours when I was because I went to jail overnight. I was in jail, and of course there was no way in hell I was sleeping in booking. But yeah, I have not had the urge to drink. Don't even care about it. Haven't even thought about it since Monday. So I am not an alcoholic like I was thinking. Definitely still need to be cautious because I'm a drug addict. But yeah, I don't like alcohol. Alcohol hurts my tummy. I throw up usually. I get sick. I don't like it. And yeah, so Monday I literally drank a pint and then took my 800 milligrams Seroquel, 300 milligrams Trazodone, and still stayed awake for like till 7 or 8 o'clock at night. And then I slept all last week. So to get out of a mania or a psychosis, you definitely need to seek attention, medical help. If you're in a full-blown psychosis, you got to get medical help. You need to talk to a doctor, go to the emergency room, do something, because you're going to become irrational. The longer that you stay in it, the worse you get. And it literally can go into where you're hearing voices, you're delusional, you're hallucinating. Get help. I'm so happy I talked to my shrink. I called him to get on new medication, and we talked, and we figured out what was happening. We figured out what was going on, and the drinking part is a huge sign for me now. I have to realize if I start drinking, my family knows now to be like, Brittany, what's going on? You going crazy? You in a psychosis? Because that is, yeah. But psychosis is not just for bipolar people. People with major depression can have it. Bipolar depression or major depression, not just regular depression, major depression. Trauma, drugs, of course, brain injury or disease, and extreme sleep deprivation. Sleep is what does it to me. I've actually had a brain injury from my car wreck that I was in, and I found out that could have triggered a lot of my mental health. And I mean, I have been batshit crazy since my car wreck, and even before then. What's up? It's William79. Thank you for jumping on. But the brain injury, I had no idea that could trigger psychosis. And guess what, guys? 3 out of 100 people will have a psychosis one time in their life. That's insane to me because psychoses are not fun to go through. They can last up to a year or longer at times, and they're not, like the first one I had lasted a year. So when I went to a full-blown crazy psychosis, I seriously was hearing voices, paranoid as shit, hallucinating. Like, I went to the mental hospital. They had to take me in the ambulance from my house. So I did a welfare check, and they can put you in the hospital under certain guidelines. I'm having a great day, hun. Happy Tuesday. Yes, I'm going over psychosis today with mental health and just back on my mental health grind, and going to keep pushing to educate people about me and other people like me and spread awareness and get the word out there. I love that mental health is becoming more widespread and more acceptable to everybody in America now. And it's being more talked about. And I love that. And I'm going to keep pushing for awareness and showing the good, the bad, and the ugly of my life. You guys have been on a roller coaster ride with me the last year, and I don't think it's gonna stop because my life is attracted to draw. No, I'm just crazy, dude. I go back and forth and maintaining my brain and all the different shit that I have and all the trauma I've had and the crazy life I've had is hard. So it's insane to me that I didn't even realize I was in a psychosis since I went to jail. So my family now knows what the signs are and how to get me out of it. Well, not how to get me out of it. I need to just go and get knocked out and go to sleep. Knock me the shit out and make me sleep. That's what takes you out of a psychosis and a mania stage. That there's medications. The medication is probably to knock you out. When I went to the mental hospital after being in a psychosis, I was up for 3 days. I slept for 3 days and woke up even crazier until I got on medications. So they help come out of it, seek medical attention, shrink. What's up? Hamasoon Hamid one. I can never say her name. Go follow him, you guys. I love him. Awesome creator, great supporter, and he's telling his story, and I love it. Thank you. I love that you're telling your story. You're awesome. Keep doing it. It's spreading awareness and helping people. You never know how many people you really are helping behind the camera. Hamsa? Did I say it right? Hamsu. No. I suck at names, okay? I don't even get my friend's kid's name. Like Yeshua, my friend named their kid that. It took me like 6 months to get it down, okay? So don't be offended if I don't get your name down on TikTok, okay? But no, so yeah, psychosis is huge for me, you guys. And the fact that I've been in, that's the second one I've been in that I know of. I'm sure I've been in more. I know I've been in drug-induced psychosis. But those I don't feel are the same as a mental health-induced psychosis. Because a drug one, you kind of know. Well, when you go into a psychosis, it's different than just hearing voices like if you're on stay up for a little bit. I don't know, though. It goes both ways with drugs, too. But with drugs, you know that the voices aren't real. You know the hallucinating, like we used to call meth monsters in the trees and stuff. You know they're not real. In a mental health, when I heard voices in the psychosis, I went into a couple, like this was back in 4 or 5 years ago. To this day, it still feels real, you guys. I still feel like I heard those voices. I still feel like people were talking to me through the events. And my shrink said it will always feel real to me. So I can only imagine what a schizophrenic goes through. And I'll talk about schizophrenia another day. I'm going to get back into talking about different diagnoses. What's up, just myself? 1989. I love you. I just started following you not too long ago, but you are awesome. I love the awareness that you're spreading. Keep doing it. It's awesome. We need more people on here spreading awareness together. What up, Get Set Paint? You are very talented. Thank you for being on my live. I don't ever see you on a live. You are very talented, girl. I love your paintings. Yeah, I know. I read your, I don't just like, some people don't read the writing. I do read your writing. And you have a very good life story to tell, and you are here for a reason. You've survived a lot. So we are in this together. Anybody that wants to jump on a healing journey with me, jump on it. Let's go. Let's heal together. I don't care if you're 20. I don't care if you're 70. I didn't start healing until a couple of years, like 2 years ago. And I'm 21, but we just don't. I'm not in my 40s yet, but almost. But I'm going to go big for my 40th birthday this year, so it doesn't really matter. I used to hate to say I was going to be 40 because I didn't think I'd live that long. But I'm still bumping and kicking. So, hey. No, I made a promise to God I wouldn't unalive myself until my oldest son was 18, and he'll be 18 in September. But now I have 2 little kids, and I think God set me up because now I have to wait till they're 18, and hopefully by the time they're 18, my brain is so in check and my mindset that I ain't even thinking about that. But I do have suicidal tendencies, and that's a disorder. That you think about it a lot all day long. Like when the going gets rough, you're like, oh shit, whatever. I can't talk about it on a live because I get reported for it. So I'm not going to go over unaliving yourself because I don't say stuff the right way, I guess. I don't know. Because TikTok, yeah. So, I'm 19. Yes, I love you. Hey. I wish, but thank you. You're welcome. Get Step Paint. I really do love you to death. I think you are freaking awesome. I think you're an amazing, talented artist. Like, seriously, I hope you go big. I hope you go far. I'm impressed. So I'm almost hitting you up to do a dog portrait for me because my dog is not going to be alive much longer. He's getting old. So I'm getting there. I just need more money. But no, yeah, so that's my lesson of the day. I'm not going to go into the psychosis when I was hearing voices that much. You guys are going to die when you hear the story. Like, I had police dogs come over and look in this tiny little hole for people that were supposed to be able to fit in that went in the bottom of my basement. That's how they got in. The dogs couldn't even get in, you guys. But it still feels real to me. So we'll go over that when I go over schizophrenia, because that has a lot. They're kind of in common, and I can relate more to schizophrenia when I talk about it with that situation. Oh, you're so sweet. I love supporting people. So, girl, it comes from the heart. I'm a real ass person, and I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. So you are very talented. So yeah, I'm trying to see these people. So that is my psychosis today that I was talking about. I'm going to put this on YouTube also. Might start trying to do separate videos for YouTube, because I call people out in lives on here, but I definitely don't have time to do that right now as much. So I'll probably just put my lives on there for now until I grow it a little more. I don't know how I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out though. But I want to help as many people as I can with mental health. I want to spread awareness. I want people to see, like I said, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And when you follow me, you get it all, because this is my outlet. I love this app. That's why I get pissed when people are trying to tell people it's going to get banned. Like, the government can do whatever they want and fight as hard as they want to ban it, but we have the best civil rights attorneys fighting for us, so good luck. Like, this is the biggest app, so the #1 top dog civil attorneys are going to be on this just for the attention they get alone. So, and it already has been attacked several times, and it hasn't happened. Other presidents have attacked it, so it's not the first and it won't be the last, y'all. So I just don't like it because my mental health friends get scared. And because this is an outlet for so many people, and it does get your feelings out, or you meet friends on here that you actually really connect with, not fake ass people that are just completely, oh my God, I cannot believe some of the people I've met on here, how they turn out to be in the long run. Like, everybody's true colors show eventually, for real, for real. You just got to pay attention and trust your gut instincts and intuition, because they never lie. And, well, mine don't. I have really good intuition, I think. Anyways, or gut instinct, I don't know. But yeah, so I'll go over the bipolar next. I'm going to go over bipolar next. The stages, not like the different there's 3 bipolar stages. Everybody has regular bipolar, that's depression. Everybody and their dog has it. However, I'm going to go over the 2 other ones, where one's just more depressive and then one's mania and depression. I just don't remember bipolar 1 or bipolar 2. I don't even know which bipolar I am. I just know I'm the extreme. So I'm going to go over that next, and then bipolar cycling. Because if you have bipolar cycling is very good to know and understand, because it's insane to bipolar cycle. It's not fun to go from a high to a low, Especially with rapid cycling, that's what happens. You can go all day long. You can go from a high to a low, And it's... I have ADHD too, so when that shit's happening, when I'm in anxiety and depression and I'm fighting and just all the other shit, my brain is just like ready. Like, if people could just know, like, how fast my brain, like, just, it goes 100 miles an hour. Like, I've already thought about 15,000 other things to do on this live, or what I got to do, or that, or what I'm going to talk about, or I got a couple of, like, my to-do list is over there. I was going to say, I live by a to-do list, y'all. I cannot not have one, okay? I'm addicted to them, for one, and they keep me in check with my mental health and not forgetting shit I got to do when I am going a little bit crazy. Because if you do have mental health issues and your memory is not good and you're wondering why, when you go into, like, panic attacks, bipolar rages, psychosis, mania, they affect your memory, and your mind is going so fast that it doesn't give it a chance to store it into short-term memory. Long-term memory lasts, but the short-term memory part, when your brain is wired, it doesn't give it enough time to store it in there. So it makes it way harder for your brain to I've only been on for 33 minutes and I got to stay on longer. It makes it harder for your brain. I don't know what I was saying, you guys. I just ADHD'd myself. What's up, Katrina? How are you? How are you? Yeah, and thank God I do have people in my life that understand. I have a really, really good therapist. My shrink has been my shrink for 16 years, and he does therapy now. Thank God. Because we had hour appointments anyway, but he has helped me so much in my life. Like, I called him actually last week for medication. And normally doctors push medication on you because they get bonuses. But he is not that type of doctor. He's like, no, bro, we've tried everything. That's not the problem. And we talked about shit going on in my court and how I cried all through court. I cried for an hour and a half of court, you guys. Like, it was so stupid. But I cried the rest of that Monday too. That whole Monday and Tuesday, I pretty much cried. And I needed to get that shit out. It was built up. And my shrink giving me the advice to stay in an angry state instead of trying to heal and move on from all the bullshit that they did to me in 2022. Because I just want to be done and over. I just want to close the door and be done and walk forward. Like, we parted ways last year on January 5th, 2022, when I found out the truth. We parted ways as friends, chips, company, me working, not working, doing free work there. We parted ways. So I just want to close the door and move the hell on with my life. But for some reason, that can't happen because won't leave me alone. So let's just pray to God. I just need prayers, you guys. That's all I can say. I have court at the end of the month. And it's not going to be my last court date. And I need prayers for every court going forward. And that this is going in my favor. Because, yeah, now that I'm not freaking out, now that I am staying calm, controlling my mindset, I definitely have taken some anger out on my family instead of the company. But I called the owner last week I was trying, I think, to get closure. But I definitely got closure that he is lost it too, because he just looked me dead in my eyes and lied. Straight dead in my face and lied. I was on a FaceTime. I messaged. I had to download Facebook again to get the information off there, and I FaceTimed him because I wanted to ask, like, what's up, dude? Like, we were friends. You were my life coach. You were like my best friend, and it just. To finally see him lie straight to my face, dead in my eyes, was enough for me to realize it's the whole company. It is the entire company stalking me. Not just 2 or 3. It's all of them. The owner, like, blew me away. Like, it still does hurt me what happened with that phone call and how bad of a liar, just right to my face when I trusted him with my life, my stories. I did free advertising. I invested so much of my life in his company because I was supposed to be there long term. We partnered on teeth whitening until somebody got jealous and blew the beans that they were violating me during my IV ketamine. And it did hurt, but it was a good reality check that it's all of them. And now I know what I'm up against. Like, it's insane. It was a big reality check for me last week. So maybe that also helped me come out of my psychosis, was trying to talk to him. And the answers I got off the phone call was all I needed, I guess, for closure in my life, as far as what I needed to get through the court system and the trial and everything that's going to happen. So that's all I needed, was to know how much involved he really was, and it answered a lot that day. Like, I can't even, just even thinking about it, it's just mind-blowing to me. Like, wow. And I trusted you with so much of my life story that not even some of my best friends know. But it should have been protected by HIPAA too, but it wasn't. Cops know all about me now, I'm sure. So whatever, I don't even care, but it doesn't matter. I'm not an active criminal, and don't do anything to break the law anymore, and so whatever. There's nothing that they can get me for besides bogus stories that will all be proven wrong. So it's, you know what I mean? It's just, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. I just gotta wait for the Court of law to prevail, and the truth shall set you free. Isn't that how it goes? The truth shall set you free. And anybody that thinks you're innocent until proven guilty, no. It's the other way around. For everybody. I hope they get rid of bail like they're trying to right now. I don't know if you guys heard about that act, but they are. They're trying to get rid of bail. Because bail's for the rich people. And not just rich people, I mean, I have been able to bail out a lot of the times back in the days, because I had a job, and I could pay the bail bondsman over time. They let me do payment plans. That's why, but people that don't have that, and they don't have jobs, they can't get out of jail, and they can sit in there for 2 years, innocent as shit, and then get proven not guilty and get out, and that 2 years doesn't ever get given back to them. That they don't ever get that back. They don't ever get probably not even recognized that they just did 2 years for nothing. Like, it sucks. It happened to somebody in Logan when I did my time in Logan jail. They literally did 1.5 years on trial and then got not guilty. I was tripping, and they couldn't bail out. I think they did a no bail. I can't remember. Logan's crazy. They put me on a no bail too. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm always about mental health, and I'm back in. I'm back. Hey. I'm back. I'm so happy to be back, you guys. My mind was going crazy for a minute. Lives gave me anxiety. So that right there should have told me that something was up with my brain. I will forever pay attention when I go into a psychosis. Anybody that has bipolar, depression, major depression, drug use, whatever, brain injuries, pay attention for psychosis, because they are not fun to go into, and they're not fun to stay in. Hold on, I gotta get more coffee really quick and I gotta hit my e-cigarette off camera so I don't get turned in. Even though everybody else can, Mrs. Bunkall Brittany can't. Oh, sorry guys. I have to, I didn't drink coffee earlier because I was bleaching. I gotta bleach a lot because my freaking teeth and coffee. And I slacked there for a minute, but I just got my teeth cleaned. Woo! And the best time to bleach is right after you get your teeth cleaned, because all the plaque and calcium buildup and all that is cleaned off, and they get whiter way quicker. So always bleach after, bleach no matter what if you want. I don't give a shit, like, bleaching is the bomb. I used to be a dental assistant, but always bleach after you get your teeth cleaned. At the dentist. That's like the best time. But yeah, so I went over psychosis with you guys today. If anybody has any other questions, you can always message me. I keep my messages open just for mental health. I do not show love through messages. Like, you can keep sending your videos to me, but I'm not going to love you up that way. And I don't click on messages because I got hacked that way by clicking on one, because they can put viruses on them. They turn into links through messages. Just an FYI. But, there's so many other ways to get hacked too. Just always be careful, I guess, and have lots of security on your phone. But no, psychosis is crazy to be in. I'm so happy that I figured it out and that I'm out of it. I'm happy I'm not drinking anymore. I gained 20 pounds between Thanksgiving and the end of I would say, Thanksgiving I ate a lot, but if I wouldn't have went to jail, I don't think I would have. I would have got on a better path quicker, probably. I don't know. Maybe I needed all of that, maybe, to get out of it and realize what's happening, so in the future I don't go into another psychosis. Because, well, not that I don't go into one. I'm bound to go into another one in the future, but I'm just going to try to make sure I know, like, hey, this is the signs, this is what happened, now get yourself out of it. I'm not, like, by myself. Like I said, if you're in a psychosis, A full-blown psychosis where you're hallucinating and stuff and you didn't do drugs or nothing. Like, psychosis will feel like you're on drugs if you're in mental health. That's why I say a drug and psychosis and a mental health psychosis are completely different. Because literally in a mental health induced psychosis, you feel like you're on drugs. Like, you literally feel like you're on drugs and you know damn well you didn't. When I got diagnosed with bipolar, okay, you guys, this is a story for you. When I got diagnosed with bipolar, I usually, when I had bipolar cycles every 2.5 years. That's why I don't work now, because of my crazy mind. But I could work every 2.5 years. I would lose my job because I'd go into a bipolar cycle. A lot of the time in winter, when winter starts, I have seasonal depression. Thank you for the love, Borica_Dave. Zagora109 Actual, love you to death. You're awesome. Thank you for jumping on. You guys are awesome. Thank you. So I got to tell the story about my bipolar thing. So I had already been like PTSD I've had my whole life. My car wreck was when I was 12. My aunt shot and killed somebody. I was molested. Whatever, okay? So I already had PTSD. But the bipolar, it comes out in your early 20s, but if you're on medication as a kid for ADHD or something like that, it can trigger it to come out in your teenage years. Having a brain injury triggered mine to come out probably sooner. My mom never did let me on medication, but I started doing meth at 12, which is kind of the same thing, like Ritalin. It'll trigger it in your brain. So I probably had bipolar for a very long time, and it explained a lot of my behavior patterns once I was diagnosed. But anyway, so listen, this is crazy, you guys, okay? So I was doing pills, but I was sober. I was legally prescribed pills. So that's when I would say I was on drugs for 20 years. There were times in my life that I got normal till this new drug took over. I used one drug to quit another drug to quit another for 20 years. So I was on pills at this time. They were prescribed till they got worse and worse and worse. But what was the point of me what was the point of me telling you that I was on opiates? I don't even remember. Anyways, I was working with Quest. I had a really good job. I was making mad money. Like, I made good bonuses and stuff with the company. I was doing super good in life. But my mind started going crazy again. And I was like getting worse and worse and worse. Like, the anxiety was getting worse. The paranoia, just all of the things that I know now about going crazy. I was just like losing a lot of weight. I was sleeping a lot, but still losing weight, eating. But like, I felt, that's why I said it, because I felt like I was on meth. Even though I was taking pills at the time, that was my drug choice then. I still felt like I was on meth. I hadn't relapsed this whole time though. I was on pills, so technically I was still on drugs because I got addicted to them eventually. But I had bars and stuff in me. So anyways, and one of my anyways, I got on pills for a long time, and I got pretty bad at the end. So when I got diagnosed with bipolar, that's what I was saying. When I got diagnosed with bipolar, I did not relapse this time. I had my bomb job. I had everything going in my life. I was doing good. I was not going to do drugs, but I felt like I was doing drugs. So I got out of my car, and I had a road rage incident that could have definitely given me a felony charge. I'm not going to tell it on here because somebody could turn me in for hateful behavior or some stupid ass shit. So, but I definitely could have gotten a lot of trouble. I had somebody that I drive home that I carpooled with. I drove her home from work. She didn't know the crazy Brittany. So I literally looked at her and was like, do not say anything about this to anybody at work. And I knew at that point when I got out of the car, I was going crazy because I've always tried to better myself over the years, even being on drugs and stuff. Drugs make it impossible to better yourself. That's why I've done way more in the last 7 years of sobriety than I have my whole life. But when I got out of the car and did what I did and I snapped out of it and I like realized I was in the middle of a freaking intersection. Literally, if a cop would have drove by, I would have been in a lot of trouble. So I went home, called my shrink. I got put on an FML leave, a medical leave from work for 3 weeks, and he put me on Zoloft. I'd never really been on depression meds. I'd been on like anxiety, ADHD, but Wellbutrin. But we didn't really think I had a depression issue at the time. We didn't realize I was bipolar. I have depression and bipolar, but I like to keep my brain in mania more because I hate to be depressed. So it's like a subconscious thing I do, but that's another story again. My doctor, subconscious thing I do, but that's another story again. My doctor Called, sorry. My doctor set up an appointment for me in 3 weeks so I could get released to go back to work. Called, sorry. My doctor set up an appointment for me in 3 weeks so I could get released to go back to work. Can you guys... He did not just mess up my whole phone call, did he? Yeah, my son kept calling. Thank you. Ashley Richards, 1988. I will check you out or later or after and then message you. You single. I will check you out after. I followed you, Ashley. It's the knockoff Dyson. I want if I'm saying that right, Dyson. I don't know. That curling iron that's like $500. I couldn't afford it. I got the knockoff. And it's freaking awesome. And I do this in like 20 minutes and my hair never stays curled either, but this one, it works. Like, I swear to God, it's awesome. So I will have to show you. But no, so how I got diagnosed with bipolar, y'all. So I did that thing in the red light. My shrink put me on a 3-week leave. So right before I was going to go back to work, I went in to see him. But however, during that 3 weeks, I was still going psychotic. I was still losing mad weight. I just was racing thoughts. Like I literally looked like I relapsed on meth. I really did look like I was doing drugs again. And I went in to see my shrink and I was going 100 miles an hour. I told him everything that was happening. And he was like, you swear to God, Brittany, you have not relapsed on drugs. And I said, no, I swear to God, you can drug test me. I haven't did any drugs. Like, I'm really trying. I'm staying sober this time. And he was like, sorry, my screen recording stopped. I have to keep it screen recorded because if I get reported, I can't see what I was talking about. Anyways, so, my shrink freaking told me, stop taking the Zoloft, you are bipolar. So the Zoloft, if you have bipolar mania, a depression medication will send your brain into a mania and put you on a high. Like when he asked me if I did drugs, I told him, no, doctor, I don't feel like I've done drugs, but I think somebody puts them in my food. Like, I swear to God, I feel like I'm high. And that's when I got diagnosed with bipolar mania, like the bipolar, I think it's bipolar 1, where you have the mania and the depressive. But thank God I stayed sober that time because there was already a couple of times I had relapsed in the past on other drugs that he wasn't able to diagnose me. So I'm very grateful that he was, and that explained a lot of my patterns and stuff that I had been going through in life. And it took me a long time to admit that I was bipolar. I didn't tell anybody I was bipolar. I hid it. I was in, like, back then, I got diagnosed. My son was born in 2005, so it was like 2008, 2007. And I was already batshit crazy by this time. So the drugs help me stay normal. Like, meth makes me calm, not hyper like other people. Like, I have ADHD really bad. My brain is so, I'm like opposite of what it should be, I guess. Whatever the hell normal is to you. But I'm happy that I was diagnosed with bipolar because I did read up on it a lot and I got information. My shrink helped me. My dad helped me. And I will have to take meds for the rest of my life. And I'm okay with that because, you know what? It's not wrong that we have to take meds. Diabetes people have to do it. Diabetes people. That was so misspoken. People that are diabetic have to take their medication. People with heart conditions, people with lupus, all these invisible illnesses we don't see are so accepted, but God forbid you have to take meds for mental health. Like, you're crazy then, you're psycho, you can't, it's not like that. It needs to normalize. Like, medications do help. They do make your brain normal. There's a lot of them that don't. There is some that cause serious, like I've had my hair fall out, I've produced breast milk, like I get every side effect there is. And if you get medication mentally, don't read the side effects, okay? Don't let your doctor tell you about them. My brain plays tricks on me, so I just let them come. I haven't got, it starts with an H. I hated that med. Made me have Lou Gehrig's disease symptoms where I was like drooling out my mouth, snot was coming down my... I've had the worst symptoms. So medications are crazy, you guys. I'm not lying. I'm not going to say that they're all good and they're going to make you perfect and fix you. No, they are, what do you call it? Something to lean on to help you get stable. And you got like my Seroquel, that's my bipolar med, and I take it for sleep so I don't go into mania, psychomania and go crazy. My nightmares, I take Seroquel 800 milligram. It's the highest dose, but I've been on it forever. And then trazodone 300 milligram. We had to add trazodone in, and we slowly went up because I don't sleep through the night. So, the medications are okay. Like, I take an ADHD medication. I take a Klonopin for my anxiety, and then I have my cannabis card, and I use my cannabis for a lot of different things. Like, CBG is great for anxiety. It's not just THC that helps you. It's other parts of the plant that also help you, like, especially with mental health and pain. I do oil. I make my own oil with a magic butter machine. Helps me mad with pain. And I live in Utah. We have 4 seasons. So good for pain. Holy Hannah. Yeah, and I got other stuff that I'm going to be doing a video this week and show you guys this for CBD stuff for pain. But yeah, so that's how I got diagnosed bipolar, you guys. I literally had to go psychotic crazy to get diagnosed. So bipolar is a hard one to diagnose with, like when you have extreme bipolar, especially if you do use drugs to fix your brain, like I was doing since I was 12 years old. Like when I got in my car wreck, the driver died, and my cousin's daughter died in the back with me. That was pretty much like my niece. Me and my cousin were way, way close, and she died. And I barely started to heal from that 2 years ago. I suffered for 25 years alone in silence, and I no longer suffer alone. I talk about it, and I speak about it, and I know it's not my fault now. I couldn't have saved her, even though I beat myself up. And I do anyways. That's another story. But I'm all over the place now. You guys are getting too much info for me. But no, I freaking love everybody. I'm going live again. I love that my brain is back in order. Thank God for my shrink. Thank God for getting out of a psychosis. Thank God for my boyfriend and my oldest son for helping me with my younger ones and letting me sleep last week like mother. That's why I wasn't active from Monday to Wednesday. I slept the shit out of those days because that's what got me out of my psychosis. I still have to work on my mental health daily, my drug addiction. It's still going to be a daily battle, but you know what? We can get through this and figure it out and move forward in our lives. We don't have to get stuck and stay there, guys. And that's what I'm here for. So I have really good videos I post for mental health. You can always look at my mental health tab at the top, so you don't have to go through all my videos. All of them, my mental health one, are tagged together, domestic violence and tips. But the mental health ones are good for people with mental health. And they give you coping, there's stuff on there like with breathing or whatever, or just helping me end the stigma against us and showing who you really are if you do have mental health, and that it's okay to be crazy. It's okay to take meds. It's okay that my family might hate me for the rest of my life. No, I'm just kidding. That's not okay. But that they might not be able to handle me. And I'm starting to be okay with that and accept that. And mental health people are very hard to handle, but people need to understand that support them or family or friends of them. If it's hard for you guys to handle us, imagine how hard it is for us. And I don't want pity. I'm not a pity pot person. But think about that. Like, if you have somebody that you're dealing with mental health issues, bipolar rages, panic attacks, like they're going through anxiety fits, taking their anger out on you, if it's pissing you off and you're going crazy about it, think about what's going on in their brain. You can't see it, but you're feeling it. And that's how they feel times like 50,000 million. So it sucks. Yes, I agree, but yes, I agree. I do have friends that are family to me, so I agree with you. Unfortunately, the people I've met over the last couple of years have all turned out to be shallow, fake, two-faced, talking people that has definitely messed with my trust level and sucks. But